Protesters march on the state capitol as a crucial deadline nears. Storm spotters and first responders prepare for tornado season, and Tulsa hunters rescue a symbol of America. This is OU Nightly.
At the Oklahoma State Capitol, it's one of the busiest days of the year, the day when all the legislation you've been hearing about for the past month either moves on in the process or gets tossed in the trash.
Now, while the enormous state budget deficit and what to do about it clearly is the most pressing issue, there are plenty of other important pieces of legislation, and some that many believe range from the sublime to the ridiculous. We've got team coverage of the action, starting with our Capitol reporter, Eric Payne.
That's right, guys. We're here at the Capitol. It's been a busy week. Earlier this week, House Bill 1845 was approved by the Senate. It now goes to the governor's desk. Emily Akins will have more on that later. Earlier this morning, a criminal justice reform march took place. And then later this afternoon, it was Muslim Day at the Capitol, organized by CARE Oklahoma. There were dozens of protesters out here, just a handful of, or dozens of supporters out here, sorry. A couple of protesters, and we'll take a look at what happened earlier.
Songs and chants from several dozen drowned out the hateful yells of a handful at the Capitol this afternoon. Supporters formed a protective barrier to funnel participants into the third annual Muslim Day at the Capitol.
So it's important that all of us in the faith community and in the non-faith community step up and show them the support that they.
The event was organized by the Oklahoma chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations, a grassroots civil rights and advocacy group with a goal to change perceptions of the religion in the state.
This is their capital, and they have a right to exercise their rights in this state.
Participants prayed and met with their state representatives and other lawmakers throughout the day.
We all need to come here, get together, and show our presence and be appreciative for all of those who've helped us or who've supported us.
At least one of the protesters stepped inside to respectfully observe and talk with members of the Muslim community.
And try to engage into a dialogue with all of those who maybe don't know us or maybe have a negative feeling about us, and try to clarify some of those.
This comes at a time when national and state public officials are promoting discriminatory policies and legislation, but people here hope events like this will shift the conversation.
Reporting live from the Capitol, Eric Payne, OU Nightly.
Thank you, Eric.
And now joining us with more Capitol news, Emily Akins joins us now with the government report. Emily, what do you have for us?
Yeah, it's not just today. Lawmakers have been rushing all week to beat the clock. In this last-minute rush, some of the bills we've been watching closely made it through, including a House-passed bill that could give teachers and state employees a $1,000 pay raise. Also, a Senate committee passed a bill that would set a maximum amount that schools could pay their superintendents. Another bill that hasn't been decided yet expands the care nurses can provide without a physician's supervision. And just a few hours ago, Mary Fallin signed to make Oklahoma compliant with the Real ID Act. After 10 years, Oklahoma has joined the effort by the federal government to improve reliability of state-issued IDs, also meant to stop terrorists from making fake IDs. Both the House of Representatives and the Senate gave overwhelming support for this bill. It passed the House with a 78-18 vote and won 35-11 approval in the Senate. And one late-blooming bill gives each of Oklahoma's 77 counties the freedom to decide whether to allow Sunday liquor sales. It's been promoted as a consumer convenience bill, but liquor retailers say their customers always have known they can't buy booze on Sunday, so simply they plan ahead.
We're still going to buy the same amount for the weekend. They're just going to spread it across Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Instead of buying on Friday for the whole weekend, they're just going to, keep spreading it out. So I don't think it's really going to increase sales.
And guys, senators were able to advance the bill, but it will likely face some tough sledding when it reaches the Senate floor.
Yeah, I can see definitely a lot of positive, but also a lot of negative things coming out of this.
Yeah, very controversial, very controversial.
Anything with alcohol is going to be controversial, but thank you very much, Emily.
Thank you.
Well, severe weather is going to be hurting us pretty soon. It's been all over the country. Jordan, what can...
Yeah, that's right.
I'm so sorry, there are some technical difficulties that we have around here. Well, as Jordan was saying, severe storm is just around the corner. Now, Nightly's Ashley Brown has been looking into what storm spotters and first responders are doing to get ready.
Being a first responder doesn't always involve 911 calls. Sometimes it means going out to spot tornadoes.
Beautiful, massive tornado right in front of us.
Nicholas Carlson with Chickasaw Nation Emergency Management attends spotter training class every year to stay on his toes.
Very educational. Love this facility. Great instructors to tell us about storm spotting today.
The National Weather Service holds a spotter training education class, not only for volunteer storm spotters, but to keep first responders educated as well.
However it's set up, it's always good for first responders to know what they're looking for too, because they're often in the front line, the first to have to respond to any impacts the tornado or severe weather makes, finding the damage, finding any injuries or anything. So they're always a vital part of the process.
The class teaches things like the anatomy of the tornado, how far away spotters should be, and exactly what they should be reporting. Important information that will keep them out of sticky situations.
I had one where we were storm spotting with the sheriff's office and we got a little bit too close. That's never a fun thing at all.
Oklahoma had 57 tornadoes in 2016, so it's essential that spotters know what they're looking for and that first responders know how to respond.
Spotters are a very important part of what we do in trying to keep people safe. Radar can give us a lot of information, but they can't really tell us what's going on at the ground. So we need storm spotters out in the field to be able to be the eyes of their local community.
Spotters love seeing tornadoes, but their main focus is to keep their communities aware. There are 4 more classes that will happen, and they welcome people of all ages. Ashley Brown, OU Nightly.
To find out where the classes will be held, you can go to weather.gov/Norman and click on the 2017 Storm Spotters Training Schedule tab. And now Jordan is back with a look at today and this week's weather. Jordan?
Yeah, that's right. So as I was talking about earlier, although you couldn't really hear me, so last 10 years, Cleveland County has seen 21 tornadoes. And in March, we've only seen 1 tornado, which is back in 2015, which was an EF2 tornado. So it's about time for that severe weather season again that we're always used to here in Oklahoma. But right now, temperatures are right around normal for this time of year, sitting inside the 60s. But coming up, we're talking about a mild start to the weekend. Also, we're going to have a look at a drought update, talk about where we are as far as rainfall, and then when is our next chance for rain? All that coming up. Back to you guys.
Appreciate it, Jordan. A couple of OU professors have received national honors. Robert Nairn received the William T. Plass Award by the American Society of Mining and Reclamation. It honors the hard work Nairn put into a system that decontaminated water at Tar Creek, the most toxic spot in Oklahoma. The creek, located in northeast Oklahoma, is becoming a cleaner and safer space. Nairn gave all the credit to his students. But that's not all. Professor Alan Hertzke has won a 2017 Oklahoma Medal for Excellence in Teaching. The $5,000 cash prize is awarded to 5 educators. Hertzke has taught political science since 1986. He says the award makes him think deeply about his mentors.
And still ahead on OU Nightly, an Oklahoma congressman weighs in on Jeff Sessions in Russia.
And a suicidal inmate did not receive proper care. Stay with us.
Former Tulsa County Sheriff Stanley Glantz defended his department yesterday, saying that the 37-year-old inmate Elliot Williams was not mentally assessed. Williams died in the Tulsa County Jail in 2011, and now a federal civil rights lawsuit is alleging that Williams had a broken neck and was ignored by jail staff. You can see in this video, officers are dragging Williams into his cell and leaving him to lie on the ground alone. Now, Glantz says that due to Williams' behavior, he skipped the assessment, resulting in him not being put on suicide watch, even though arresting officers reported that Williams was suicidal.
And now Kyle Payne joins us in the News Center with the latest on Jeff Sessions. Kyle?
Attorney General Jeff Sessions spoke with Russian officials during the presidential campaign. That's something he denied in his confirmation hearings. At a news conference just moments ago, Sessions denied any wrongdoing, saying he technically and correctly answered the questions he was asked.
Let me be clear. I never had meetings with Russian operatives or Russian intermediaries about the Trump campaign.
Despite that, and under growing pressure from both Democrats and Republicans, the Attorney General says he is recusing himself of any involvement in the Justice Department investigation into Russian influence in the 2016 presidential campaign. And earlier, Oklahoma's Representative Tom Cole spoke to CNN's New Day about the accusations against Sessions. He said he believes the Democrats' actions are almost laughable.
I don't see anything serious here, and I think anybody that does or that thinks this somehow had some impact in the election is badly mistaken.
Cole says it isn't unusual to meet with other ambassadors and that Democrats should focus their attention on why they lost in November. And inside the Capitol building, the replacement for Obamacare is being debated, but Senator Rand Paul believes the other legislators deserve to see what it says.
We know that we're not given access to read it, and I think that's a problem.
Paul pledged to oppose any bill not completely replacing the Affordable Care Act. And Colin, there are 2 new cabinet members today. Ben Carson will be the Secretary for Housing and Development, and Rick Perry will serve as the Energy Secretary.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Kyle.
And still ahead on OU Nightly, Jordan's going to have another look at today's weather.
We've got clear skies outside right now, but clouds will be coming back. I'll let you know when, after the break.
Once again, former Sooner running back Joe Mixon is making waves in the headlines, but this time it was an NFL GM that brought Mixon back to the forefront. With the NFL Combine starting tomorrow, Detroit Lions general manager Bob Quinn was hardly ecstatic that the NFL barred Mixon from participating in the Combine.
You know, we come here to see the best college football players in the college football. So there's 330, 40 some odd players here. And for him not being here because of those issues, personally, I don't think that's real fair because we have a lot of investigation that we want to do on him. And to get him in one spot for all the teams would have been great.
Mixon played 2 full seasons at OU following a 1-year suspension. He put up big numbers and showed elite-level athleticism and was given a first-round grade by scouts, prompting him to leave OU early. But due to the controversy surrounding him, Mixon could fall anywhere on draft weekend. Yesterday, the OU softball team finished up a 14-game road trip to the start of their season. The 9th-ranked Sooners took down Wichita State 7-3 behind Paige Parker's complete game. OU will now have 10 straight games at home, a welcome sign for those weary travelers.
It's always fun. We always start off the year traveling a lot, and we all make it fun, but it gets a little exhausting, and it's refreshing to play at home and have a home crowd and just be able to spend a little more time with our families that come.
Yesterday, it was announced 5 players from the women's basketball team earned Big 12 awards recognition. Senior guard Peyton Little and junior center Viennese Pierre-Louise grabbed all Big 12 second team honors, while senior guards Maddie Manning and junior guard Gabby Ortiz earned Big 12 all honorable mention spots, as well as Chelsea Dungy making the all Big 12 freshman team. And a crazy basketball finish in Evanston that you just have to see. Tied at 65, Northwestern draws up the full court heave where Derek Pardon scoops the pass and puts in the bucket as the clock expires. Jazzed up Northwestern fans storm the court, and well, why wouldn't they? With the win, Joe Lenardi has Northwestern locked in to make its first ever NCAA tournament appearance. The Oklahoma City Thunder will hit the road tonight to take on the Portland Trail Blazers. Russell Westbrook is riding another triple-double streak, currently up to 4 games now after his huge game against the Utah Jazz the other night. However, the Thunder will be without Victor Oladipo once again, meaning Alex Abrinas' hot shooting will start again alongside Westbrook. Tip is set for 9:30 Central on TNT, and we'll also get a look at new Thunder player Norris Cole. Last night, the top 2 teams in the East met in Boston for the night's big showdown. LeBron James and the New Look Cavaliers were going back and forth with the Celtics all night, but down 2 with time running out, Kyrie Irving misses the bucket, but it gets back out to LeBron, who then passes it to Darren Williams, but he misses the wide open corner 3. The Celtics overcome LeBron's triple-double to win 103-99. And everything was going right for the Rockets last night in LA, even when it was going wrong. Patrick Beverley clanks a 3, and on the way down, it hits Clint Capella in the face, but no worries as it goes right to Sam Decker, who's under the basket, to put it back in. The Rockets win 122-103, and you know, that's That's actually kind of my go-to move whenever I'm playing intramurals. You know, I shoot the ball, and I just hope somebody gets it and makes me look better.
Draw it up for perfection. Appreciate it, Holden. Still to come on OU Nightly, we'll have another look at the 5-day forecast.
And a symbol of America is rescued.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. I'm Jordan. Every time we look at your weather. So here we have some video. This is from the South Research Campus. We're looking at some video right now. This is from the Weather Center. Is what we're looking at here. This was a controlled burn that they saw in southeast Norman. So you can see the video there showing the smoke. And we'll take a look at radar right now, and we'll take a look at what we've seen the past few hours. So there it is. You can see some of the smoke plumes on the radar that we've seen. And I'm going to animate this out. So there we go, the past 3 hours. There it is. You can see smoke plumes moving on right there. So again, these are controlled burns. These are not actual wildfires. These are just controlled burns. So if you've seen the smoke, that's what you've been seeing. All right, so beginning of March, let's talk a little bit about February. So February rainfall, this is the percent versus normal. So we can see where the dry spots are. Northwestern Oklahoma, northeastern Oklahoma, and kind of somewhat southeast Oklahoma. But Oklahoma City, they saw their 9th wettest February on record. And you might think, well, it was super wet. The drought must be gone. That's not the case, because November, December, and January were all very dry for Oklahoma City, so we are still seeing drought conditions inside Oklahoma. We can see moderate to severe drought for Oklahoma City, also for Norman. But where they've seen a lot of rain, we can see the drought is basically gone. So we'll be keeping an eye on that for the next few weeks. Again, looks like we might see some rain in the forecast. So let's talk about this here. We'll go towards the weekend. This is Saturday morning. You can see the wind starts to shift back around from the southwest. The clouds will be on the increase. Saturday will stay dry, but it will be cloudy. Once we get to Sunday, we will see rain start to increase. I will see some clouds, and I do think we'll see isolated scattered showers and thunderstorms on Sunday. This won't be anything major, but we could see a thunderstorm or two across the state. We'll have strong south winds both on Saturday and on Sunday. So if it's not raining, you have to deal with the fire dangers, so keep an eye out for that. All right, so tonight temperatures will be around normal for this time of year, sitting inside the 30s and the 20s for some places. For your day tomorrow, sunny to start, but the clouds will increase as we go out by 4 o'clock. So again, we have partly cloudy skies by 4 o'clock tomorrow. Highs inside the 60s, right around normal for this time of year, but still above, slightly above. So 65 in Norman, 66 in Oklahoma City. All right, so your forecast, when we get to the beginning of the weekend, it's going to be just cloudy, no rain. Towards the end of the weekend, that's when we'll start to see a chance for rain on Sunday. Once we get to Monday, I think we'll see another better chance for rain. Once we get to Monday night and Tuesday morning, we're going to have a front that's going to come through, and I think our best chance for rain will be Monday night into Tuesday. The winds will shift to the north, but that's only very temporary, because once we get into Wednesday, temperatures warm back up into the 70s when we get the south winds again.
Good. I assume most people will be very glad that it won't be raining, hopefully during spring break, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. So hopefully you can avoid that.
Yeah, hey, I'm glad to see that we got some 70s and 80s coming up, even though we're going to have to some rain on the weekend.
Sure.
A little bit of a bummer, but I'll appreciate it.
Yeah, hopefully that drought gets out of here, right? Well, thank you so much, Jordan.
OU softball is finally coming Holden.
That's right, Colin. Softball has a homecoming reunion weekend, and Joe Mixon pops his name back into the headlines. Sports is straight ahead.
I'm Sydney Forsey at the OU Nightly Update Desk with the latest on Oklahoma earthquakes. Just a few hours ago, a 3.3 magnitude earthquake hit the town of Winoka. No injuries or damages have been reported. And House Bill 1472 was passed today by the Oklahoma House Judiciary. The bill would require digital service providers to filter and prevent the transmission of pornographic content to viewers. That's it for now. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Sydney. 2 Oklahoma hunters stumbled upon a bald eagle today on northern Oklahoma's Medicine Lodge River. While checking deer cameras, Keith Kirk and Jim Causey found the injured bird. After alerting a state game warden, they took the eagle to the Iowa tribe. It's hoped that after rehabilitation, this symbol of our country can be released back into the wild, and that is one of the most American things I've seen all day today.
Really hope he gets to fly soon, right?
Me too.
Now, Jordan, can we get a look at our 7-day forecast?
Yeah, so one last look at the forecast. It's going to be a great Friday. When we get into Saturday, it's going to just increase in clouds. Slight chance for rain on Sunday and Monday, and then very early Tuesday. And we warm up back on Tuesday of next week, and then Wednesday, warm back into the 70s.
Well, good. I know that most people are very excited for that warm weather.
I know that's me. That includes me for sure.
Definitely hate the cold weather. Anytime it's warm, great day for me.
And I don't want any wind anywhere close to us. That's what kills me.
Well, hey, there you go.
Oh, well, thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College of Journalism and Mass Communication on the campus of the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.